Hello! This video is going to cover NKBA bathroom planning guidelines, numbers 22, 23, and 24. Here we go. On the screen you see bathroom guideline number 22 about storage. This one is probably the easiest guideline ever. All it says is that you should provide storage. Provide adequate and accessible storage for toiletries, bath linens, grooming, and general supplies at the point of use. So the only reason to have this guideline is to remind you to think through what is going to be used and where it should be stored. Here's bathroom planning guideline number 23 about accessories, almost as easy as 22. First of all, you should have a mirror in your bathroom near or above the lavatory, and remember to keep your user's eye height into consideration when designing that mirror. Second, toilet paper holder. It should be located 8 to 12 inches in front of the front edge of the toilet bowl and centered about 26 inches above the floor. And here's an illustration of this. So here's the toilet. Here's edge, here's 8 to 12 inches in front of that toilet edge. And notice that we're about 26 inches off the floor. And those measurements are to the center line of the toilet paper holder. The last piece of this says that any additional accessories that you provide should be conveniently located. Next we have bathroom planning guideline 24 about electrical receptacles. Receptacles is another word for outlets, so we're talking about electrical outlets here. And the NKBA guidelines recommend that GFCI receptacles should be located at the point of use. So make sure you have one conveniently where your client wants to use it. But there's a couple of code requirements that are very important here. First of all, you have to have at least one. You must have at least one GFCI receptacle in your bathroom. Now, if you're not familiar, GFCI stands for Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. It is a kind of outlet that senses when current is accidentally running through a person and then trips a circuit to cut off the power. So it's safer in wet locations. It could be a GFCI breaker in the panel, or it could be specifically a GFCI receptacle at the location. Where are GFCI outlets required? In wet locations. So right now we're specifically talking about bathrooms. In general, all outlets you place in bathrooms should be GFCI. If we back up a little bit more broad, you also need GFCI in garages, any outdoor locations, any crawl spaces or unfinished basements, on your kitchen countertops, within 3 feet of the outside edge of any sink, bathtub, or shower, so any water fixture, if that doesn't apply, if the kitchen and bathroom rule doesn't apply. And finally, in laundry areas. So just in general, where it's wet, put GFCI. Flipping back to our NKBA guidelines book, you'll notice here, circling right there, that there's a requirement for where you place that GFCI outlet. So you're required to have one in every bathroom, and that one must be within 36 inches of the outside edge of the lavatory or the sink. All right, I've got a picture of that. So here we have a couple of illustrations of those rules. First of all, it must be within 3 feet of the outside edge of a lavatory basin. So here we have, this is a freestanding lav. And we're kind of illustrating where that electrical receptacle has to be. It can be on a wall or a partition. It's got to be somewhere in a 3-foot radius. All right. Coming back to our NKBA guidelines, let me scroll down for more rules. Here's a couple more code regulations First of all, don't put an electrical receptacle within or directly over a bathtub or shower stall. That's common sense. Just don't do it. The next one, don't put switches within wet locations, above the tub, within the shower space, or within reach. If you're standing in the tub or shower, you don't want your occupants to stand in the tub or shower, reach over, and use the switch. There is an exception for UL listed appliances that are meant to be for the tub or shower. Here's another piece that your NKBA guideline doesn't specifically mention, but it goes along with not being able to reach the outlets or switches from the bath or shower area. And here's a illustration of it right here. Outlets and switches should be a minimum of 3 feet away from tubs and showers. This is the same requirement, just adding the measurement piece of it, and that's a building code. Here's another requirement. Any receptacles within 6 feet of the outside edge of a bathroom or shower stall should have GFCI. In my opinion, every receptacle in your bathroom should have GFCI. However, there could be a place where it's not needed if you have, for example, a dressing area or specifically a dry area in your bathroom. Maybe you think, oh, that doesn't need GFCI. But if you measure and it's within 6 feet of your bathtub or shower, gotta have it. Okay, there were a lot of pieces here, so let me recap. Bathroom Planning Guideline 24. First of all outlets in a bathroom should be GFCI. Second of all, you need at least 1 outlet in your bathroom. Okay. Third, that outlet must be within a 3-foot radius of the edge of your lavatory. That doesn't have to be the center line. It could be the edge of it. All right. And lastly, don't put outlets and switches in or above bathtubs and showers, or even within reach of an occupant who's using the bathtub or shower. There you go. That's it for today. Thank you, everybody.